Danielle Jarmello, and I'm the imaging manager over at Anita St. Joe's in Joliet, so that's the Chicagoland area. And I'm happy to be here in Baltimore. Love seafoods. I went over to some salmon yesterday. So I'm going to be talking about communication and building relationships with imaging managers and HTM leaders. So this presentation will address this today. The importance of effective engagement for building relationships, recognizing work personalities, develop active listening skills and understanding, communication styles, how to learn some communication techniques, and also how to foster a solid relationship with others. So it's like a win-win situation where you get what you need and we get what we need. So why is building relationships important? It puts that person in the center. They feel important, they feel number one, that engagement with each other is more understood. Also, naturally, we are social creatures. I think I'm a little bit more social than some, and I've seen some of my biomed people, very introverted, but they do like to be included. Work is enjoyable. How many of you guys like to go to work with someone that doesn't respect you, will try to do whatever they can to cause obstacles in your life? That's not very fun. So whenever you have a great relationship, work is great. I have a friend that is in coding, and she's my go-to person. So I made sure when I first started work, that was the person I was going to gravitate to. I call her every time. It's even after hours. Hey, Jen, I got to get this denial completed today. I got, people from revenue integrity calling me up nonstop. Can you help me? Not at all. We're more creative. I like when I can bounce ideas off of other people that I feel safe and trusted with. Not, it might be a weird idea or a weird solution. So there's no judgment to it. So I can have my creative juices flowing, and sometimes wine after hours helps out. It also gives us more energy, more freedom, because we're not spending energy in our time on negative situations or negative outcomes. And this gives us the opportunity to focus on the things that we want to grow. Guess what? These relationships will assist us in our career development. If I want to move up, I need to make sure that people know that I can communicate well, that I'm a team player, that I'm here for them if they need. I want to be the expert of any question in medical imaging that they may have. I want them to know that they can trust me and count on me. And then this is the big one. Sometimes we forget customers, and that's anybody in the organization besides ourselves. They are important to us. Also our suppliers, the key stakeholders. They are essential to our success. Because I can tell you, even though the doctor is a part of the hospital, he is still a customer of mine, because he's the one that gives me my patients that I need to be productive in my business, to make sure that I have the equipment that needs to run, that I have the staffing to provide that service to them, and also that revenue that comes in. So when you build relationships, I know some people, old school, we don't want to know what's going on in that person's life, or, leave your emotions at the door. But I'm going to let you know, it's better for you guys to ask, personal questions. How was your weekend? I have some of my texts on Facebook, and their kid plays softball. So I know when I come in on Monday, I'm going to be like, hey, how was that game? How was your child? Any home runs? And they're like, Danielle, how did you know? Oh, I just know. So that starts the engagement. Also, give credit when credit is due. Somebody's doing a great job. You need to compliment them. This is going to give positive reinforcement. This is going to establish, first of all, what your expectations are, so they kind of know what you want. And also, this is increasing the likelihood of that behavior to happen again and again and again. Bond outside the office. This is kind of new for me, so I spoke with a live tech a couple of weeks ago. We're looking to buy new equipment. I asked them, you know, if we go out for dinner, because I know some of the vendors will take us out for dinner, would you want to come with us if we buy the equipment? And he was like, what? Yeah, I want to go. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. You know, he's a little introverted, never smiles, maybe once in a while. So it is nice to kind of go outside of the hospital to kind of know your biomed person, or even the imaging leader. If you guys want to go out, or you go out with vendors, I myself, I would be like, yes, I want to go. Who there? I'm there. Also, mutual respect. Even though we might have a difference in opinions, it's nice to value what the other person has to say. I'm not the expert in the biomed field, and I don't plan to be because you guys are much different than I am. And then you guys are not trying to run my department. So we come together and talk about equipment and how it affects the department and like the struggles that they have also. We have to have that understanding. I know where his hands are tied and he knows where my hands are tied. And also having mindfulness. You got to take responsibility of your words and actions. I don't know about you guys, if you work with a negative person in your department, do you like being around them? Does that energy kind of travel to you? I don't know about you guys. If I'm talking to somebody long enough and they're negative, I'm starting to be like, oh my God, you know, what's going on in this place? Why doesn't anybody ever answer my emails? But if there's a positive person, I like to have that energy rub off on me. So when you're building relationships, don't complain a lot. That's not what that friend's there for. It's to make your career successful, having that engagement, communication, and doing what's best for the hospital. So these are the foundations. So building trust, that is like the long foundation of establishing a relationship. If you don't have trust, you're not going to go anywhere. And if somebody tells you something, and they say, please keep it confidential, they're trusting you with that information, because sometimes they're telling you a little bit more information than what they should. Oh, Danielle, I heard that ultrasound unit that you've been asking for, it's already in the process, but don't tell anybody. And I have to make sure that he knows that he can trust me, because if I go out spreading this information to everyone else, they're going to wonder, where did you get that information from? Oh, it had to be out. Well, we're not telling out anything again, and then I lose that opportunity of knowing that information ahead of time. Also, just because you have a relationship, you have to keep it going. You have to earn that trust with that person. So some people, I don't know if you've experienced this, they kind of test your trust. They'll tell you a little bit of information and see if it goes anywhere. Doesn't, they give you a little bit more, and then they give you a little bit more. Keep your commitments. This is a big one. If someone's going to tell you that we're going to do it, they need to do it. So with me, if a piece of equipment is in repairs, or we're experiencing downtime, equipment failure, and that biomed person says, Danielle, I'm going to call you back in 5 minutes. Guess what? I'm looking at that time, because I need to give information to other people and find out some solutions. And be forgiving. Mistakes happen. We're all human. So don't hold a grudge against that person. Let them prove themselves again. Unless it's something really big, and then we'll have to have a crucial conversation. But we all make mistakes. Sometimes we're running around crazy and forget one certain detail that might be vital for the conversation or that information be passed. Things happen. And then communicate. This will maintain the relationship. I know that when I read a text message, sometimes I'm like, what is this person trying to say? Are they saying that I'm not doing my job? Are they saying this or that? But when I go and talk to the person face to face, or I talk to them on the phone, it's a different outcome. You can hear the tone of their voice, you can see the body reaction to what you're saying, and you're like, okay, then I read into this when I should know. So this is Al. He is my biomed specialist. He's introvert. He is dependable. So he's been with the company last year in October, and so I started to build a relationship with him because he is one of my key stakeholders. If I have an equipment that's down, I need him to respond to me like that. So I want to make sure that relationship is good so I can get the information that I need in a timely fashion. So I can tell you what he likes. He likes that personal touch. So I have to make sure I ask, how was your weekend? You know, what did you do? You know, did you go on vacation? What was it? Also, he likes being praised for the job he does, and I think most of us do. So I make sure that if he's around other coworkers, I thank him for what he's done. I am specific about the details. I will send his boss an email just saying, you know, Al went out of his way to make sure that we had this piece of equipment, or he was proactive knowing that the equipment was going to fail, so we had a part ready. And also, having the information before he comes down to the department to check on it. So if the MRI is down, I'm not saying, Al, the MRI is down, you need to come out and fix it. I know that he wants to know which machine, because we have 3. You know, is it the table? Is it the gantry? Is it the software system? What does it sound like if it's making noise? He wants to know all of that so he can mentally prepare what it can be. So he does his little head investigation of this, and this. It makes the process faster. What he doesn't like is if I'm in my direct communication mode. I'm like, okay, what's going on? It's like, hello, Danielle. Good morning. Oh, hi. Good morning. Okay, can you tell me what's going on with this machine? He wants that engagement. This is a big one. He wants to have that opportunity to fix the problem before anything goes to his boss. So I have to give him, you know, chances, you know, Danielle was this, but you know what? Let me check on something else instead of saying, okay, Hannah, Al said it was this, it's not fixed, can somebody come out and fix it? And then working with an outside vendor, and I'm sure you guys get this also. If things are not happening fast enough for engineering managers or leaders, directors, we're constantly asking questions. Why isn't it here? When is it going to be here? What's going on? What are you doing? Al, what are you doing? My department's most important to me. I know you have other departments, but what are you doing for me? So he will tell me, Danielle, it goes out to GE. I have to wait for GE to respond back to me. And that is the delay. So I can't blame him for him doing everything that he could do. Now his hands are tied. Now we're waiting for an outside vendor to help out. So once you build a relationship with people, we understand that people have their own personalities. So this is going to give you a little insight of different personalities, how imaging, this could be an imaging manager, it could be a biomed manager, just different how we interact with each other and why. So first is the directive. There's a lot of version of this one. So this one is a person that wants compliance. You listen to me, you do what I say, you do the way I say it. So it's the do it the way I tell you manager. They closely monitor you or your employees. So if biomed's in the room, this person is right in front of them. That's not how you do it. Even though I'm not in your field, that you're supposed to press this button. And they motivate by threats or discipline. So there's a direct and indirect way that they can communicate with you. So the direct would be like, oh, you didn't fix the machine, I'm going to call your boss. And the indirect would be, oh my gosh, you know, we had a biomed tech that kind of did the same thing. I don't think he's no longer, he's with us anymore. I think he's with us So the good thing about this leadership style is if there's a crisis, man, they will get things done. You don't have to worry about it. You have zero excuse in the workplace. Guess why? It's their way or no way. You do what they say or you're no longer there. There's a boost in productivity. Everyone's scared. So when the boss is around, if they have 2 minutes to just breathe, and the boss is coming in, man, they're looking like they're working. They eliminate insubordinates. So if the person's not doing what this leader wants, they'll find a way to get you out. And they enforce the rules. That is their goal. They are rule followers. If you break the rule, even if the boundaries can be a little bit, waver, there's a black and white, and there's some gray. There's no gray. It's either do it, you don't do it. You follow the rules, or you lose your job. So the disadvantage, guess what? You're not popular. They don't want to be. They just want to be followed. Leads to employee retaliation. I know I worked with this one lady, and this is her style, her management style. One day she went on vacation. I mean, she talks to the techs, told them what they need to do. The techs were afraid of her. They didn't like coming to work. There was a lot of people that were sick. Anyway, she went on vacation, and the whole team went to HR. There was a dispute. So she no longer worked for it. So they must be feared to be effective. And with this approach, the fear has to be escalated each time where it's not effective. So the stakes are higher.
I think it would lead to high turnover too.
Absolutely. You would want to work for that year. I would be looking for a job anywhere. Another department. And this leader, micromanage. So they're following me around. It's a waste of time, waste of energy. And then if you don't do it right, they'll do it. So look at this imaging leader and the biomed tab. The interaction isn't good, so they're telling you what they have to do. So how do you interact with this type of person? Be prepared when you speak to them, because you know what? They'll discredit you if they have to. And less is best. You don't want to give them a lot of ammo. Also, state the facts. Nothing but the facts. Sometimes it's hard to get a personal relationship with this person because you never know if they're going to use information against you or if they're trying to be friendly to build a bond. Be confident because they will use intimidation techniques. And don't fuel the fire. Sometimes these people like to know or like to push buttons. They know what sets you off. They'll slowly push it and slowly push it, and they'll wait till there are more people around, and that's when they'll push it a little bit more because they know that you're going to explode. Stay professional. They remember things. They will go to your boss. Hey, Al, I was talking to him. He raises his voice to me. I'm going to raise his voice to me. I'm very calm. Next is the authoritative leaders. These are the ones that we like to be around. They're visionary. They provide long-term direction and vision for their employees. So they know where they need to go and they're keeping their team with them. They're firm but fair. They do follow the rules, but they know that there's some wavering, so they can see both sides of the coin. And they will make sure that if they do for one, they will do for all. They give their employees their direction. They motivate by persuasion and feedback on their performance. So the advantages are the leader knows what they're doing. They've done their research. They earn the respect that they needed. They know the clear directions and standards that are needed in that department itself. They can make decisions quickly because they've already done the process in their head. What information is needed? What does that person need to hear? They know the chain of command, so they're not going to disrespect you by going to your boss before asking you guys any questions. They like that similar approach. And they're good or strong directive leadership is needed. So if an answer needs to be taken, they can answer that question. They kind of know the answer anyway. Sometimes less than their employees, sometimes they don't. But they know how to get to where they need to go. So the disadvantage is little or no input from the group. They've already made the decision. Oh, there we go. They make all the decisions. It can impair morale, lead to resentment because they're not using their team. They kind of know where they need to go, and they need to go out to their team, even though they know the answer. Ask them, "What do you think? What do you think?" So they have that value of that associate, or that associate feels recognized. They ignore creative solutions and expertise from subordinates. That's because once again, they've done the research. They know the information. They know where they need to get to. Sometimes they don't need that extra, the time invested. They want to move forward. And then rules are important. So with this is the style you want to be with. They will let you leave you alone. They know what your boundaries are. They're not going to step in your area and tell you guys what to do. They know that you're not going to step in theirs and tell them what to do. They will be your ally. They will manage you up to your team. Get to know them personally. Just not work, but like I said before, how was your weekend? What did you guys do? Because that relationship with them will evolve and increase your chances for success. Visit them in their department often, and also share information with them. They want to know things. So equipment is down. They want to know what caused it. What can we do to prevent it next time? And then schedule one-on-ones. It doesn't have to be weekly. It doesn't have to be monthly. It can be bi-monthly or quarterly. And this one is the relationship person or people users. So they like keeping harmony with everybody on their staff. People would be first. Anything happens, what does that person think? Do we hurt their feelings? And then they think the task is second. They motivate by trying to keep people happy. And that fails a lot because you guys don't get things done. But employees are happy. They're people pleasers and they want everyone to like them. So usually they get stepped on a lot. So you can use this style of people pleasing with any of the other styles, kind of softens the blow a little bit. They like routine. They don't like surprises. They want to do what they've done yesterday, today, and then tomorrow. Their performance, they're okay managers. They like the status quo. They're very helpful. So whenever you have a problem with like another area, they need some questions. Even though that manager is busy, they will run out and do whatever they can to help out that other person, leaving the department to kind of feel something. They manage conflict. It's kind of funny. They don't like conflict, but they will manage it enough where they don't have to get really involved. They don't like that face-to-face conflict. They don't like people not liking them. They want to keep everything nice and smooth. The well-being of others is top priority. So, I know Sally called us sick again. This is the 5th one this week. But you know what? I know her child's sick, so it's okay. So the rules are not very good, and you don't hold your people accountable. But guess what? Employees feel valued. I don't know if that's a good leadership style to have. So the disadvantages are that under stressful situations, they're not thinking about the task. They're thinking, what is that person going to think about me? Will this affect my crew? What about my crew? So people have to kind of guide them in what they need to do. It takes a lot of energy. They definitely avoid conflict. Anything that can make them look bad or have people not to like them, they don't want to be involved. They just keep me out of it. Do you think employees would like to work hard for this person? No. You know what? Let's take our second coffee break in the morning. It's 9 o'clock and I just got here at 8. We take another one. Boss won't say anything. They're okay with that. They struggle with problems because that involves other people and situations and conflicts. They like complacency. They want everything to stay as it is, not change. They kind of lose sight of the vision because they're too worried about how the other people think about them. And anything that makes them uncomfortable, they don't want to be involved in. It's like a turtle. If something's happening, they'll get back to the shell, not get out. So if you interact with someone like this, time-consuming, very, very time-consuming. They want to talk about their life and what's going on. You want to talk about, no, let's talk about something else. I went to the store, I had this good sale. So with them, you guys have to keep the conversation, as short as possible because they will talk forever and ever. Because they want to build that bond. They want you to like them. If you look like you're getting upset with them when you're talking to them, they're going to talk to you. You have to praise them. They want to feel valued in your eyes. What a great job you're doing. Thank you for telling me this information 22 minutes ago. If you see in the hallway, they like recognition. Hey, how are you doing? Yeah, I saw you out there, at the barbecue yesterday. Yeah. And then use the we. They don't like you or I. They want to feel like they're part of the team. So we did this together, especially with recognition. They want to be included, so ask for their feedback. What do you think if we're going to change this, the setting on the computer? What do you think? Even though you know it's the right thing to do, they want to be involved. And this one is the democratic, I always say this word wrong. Sorry? Participative. That's a tongue twister. So this one it's all about the people, what everyone else wants. Everyone has an input, so they're asking around, what do you think about this? 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 So they encourage input before they make any decisions with everyone. And the team, they reward the team because everyone made the decision. The advantages are it increases productivity because everyone has a say. It increases job satisfaction because that person feels valued. It motivates. Free thinkers also. Oh, I got a great idea. I want to tell you about it. Yeah, let's ask the team if they want to do it. It improves quality and reduces cost. The disadvantage. You have to ask everybody every time before a decision is made. So that's going to be your time consuming. And if they have to make a decision on their own, it's going to take them time because they're thinking, oh, what did you say? What did you say? What did you say? They rely on the expertise of the team. Encourage no one to take responsibility of that idea. So even though the group made the decision and it wasn't good, maybe cost the company more money or purchase the wrong equipment, it's okay. We learn from that. We'll, make sure we don't do it next time. And they're ineffective during crisis situations because guess what they're going to be doing? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? So with this type of leader, it's not a bad leader to work with, but it's going to take time if you ask them questions because they're going to confirm with everybody else's answer. But you guys need to guide them to the decision. You know what the decision is. If it's like a piece of equipment, this one will not break down. This one will. You want to get it to the one that will not break down. You don't have to give them the whys and be like, this, talk with your other folks. They agree with this. Share knowledge. Why did we pick this machine? Why are we doing this? And I also put in alternatives. I asked Sally and Bob, and they all agreed. They liked this, and I gave them the information also. You have to make sure you're very comfortable with the decisions being made. Involve the team or the department. So whenever they come down, maybe by our department, this gentleman is, hey, Grace, hi, Sally. Going, saying hi to everyone, and then going to the manager and talking with them. Because the leader wants to make sure that everyone feels involved and feels valued. And then you have to consider their opinions and especially their emotions. This is my favorite one, the pace setter. So this one, nothing will ever be good enough. The bar is up here. These are the types that people will be like, oh, I know you're working on that machine. Just get out of the way, let me do it. I can fix it. They expect everyone to follow their examples and to work at their speed. They motivate people by setting high expectations, and they expect you guys to know how to get there like they did. Long goals without feelings or thoughts of other people. So if I need to get to A and C and you're not on board, bye-bye. They will get there on their own. And their results focus. So they want the answers, they want to make sure that everything they do is completely and shows the results that they want. So with this person, they're highly competitive. They're competent, they're competitive, they're highly motivated, great resource. So I like talking to someone like this because they know all the answers. They know everything, even if I know they don't know what, they will give you a good answer. I'm like, I believe this. Also, they're effective when they're around other highly motivated, competent people. They don't need any direction. They are directing the best. They're already where they need to be. They're moving further. So any task that needs to be done, they're already thinking of the process that they want to follow. The disadvantage is that they expect everyone to have the same standards as them, to work the same way as they do. I work with a lady that's like this. She's obsessed about performing her tasks faster and better. So if an email's out, I bet you in less than 1 minute she has a response back to it. She works, it's supposed to be 8-hour shifts. She's working 12, just to be ahead of everyone else. And it doesn't make a good work-life balance. They quickly pinpoint the low performers and demand for more from them. So they will, if they know that you are a low performer, they're on you. They're on you constantly. You feel like you can't even breathe. And of course, the employees feel overwhelmed and directionless. Yes, so the person may be new to the company or new to that field, and they want, some direction, maybe some guidance. They're not going to get it from this person. And of course, the morale drops. So I want to know from you guys, have you ever worked with someone that you're working on a piece of equipment or a project and they start to take over? Yeah? Have you ever seen anybody like that push you out of the way and start working on machines? Some? You have. I didn't know if there were a lot of people like that out there. Or they, before they call you to come down to fix a machine, it's already taken apart. So with these people, once again, state the facts. You got to be very direct. If they see a little intimidation or a little weakness in you, that's when they will attack. You have to build trust. These people don't use any fluffy talk. This is, trying to connect personal stuff. Don't even talk to them about that. They just want the facts, and that's it. Nothing else. Don't give them any more information unless it involves whatever they're talking about. So since they know everything, don't challenge them, because they will make sure that your life. With these people, we have to establish boundaries. These are boundary crossers. If they can cross anything, they will do it. And if you don't, talk to them about it or establish those, they're going to keep doing it. You're promoting that behavior. You're going to do more and more and more. And give them timelines, because if not, they're going to be in your office asking you more questions. When is this going to be done? When is this going to be done? You said you were going to have to send yesterday, so just have timelines that are realistic and achievable. See, look at that interview with her. She's going into the MRI, even though she has metal and she's not supposed to, but she's going to fix the MRI machine.
Yeah.
Ferris tools. Yes, that's what we're going to say. So the last style is coaching. So I'm from Chicago, and this is my awesome coach. So with these long-term professional development for employees, these are the ones that will take the time to train you right, not leave you on your own, have their little checklists for you. They help encourage employees to develop their strengths and improve their performance. So they know what your strengths are, they know what your weaknesses are, they will invest that time in you. They motivate by providing opportunities for professional growth. So this is great. If you want to move up, these people will help you to move up. If there is something you're struggling with, these people will take the time to help you achieve that, to surpass it and be where you need to be. They always ask, how do I help people better? What can I do for you? What can I do to make you more successful? So the advantages are, people in the workplace are happy. Somebody's looking out for me. Somebody's taking care of me. Also, employees know what to expect from them. These are great communicators. Work with others to change the weaknesses into strengths. Like I said, they'll sit down with you even before your 90 days or your annual review and talk about, hey, this is what I see, this is what I need you to do, and how can we do this together to get you where you need to be. They introduce skills for new developing employees. So, hey, we have this system I want us to try out. I know your strength. You're very good technically. I want you to start working and learning it. And I'll show you how to do it. I learned how to do it first, so I'm going to show you how to do it. But the disadvantages are, how much time out of the day are they mentoring and coaching people? I'm wondering, are they got a number of work done for the day? This manager has to be a skilled leader. It can't be a fresh manager. There's no way. They need to start developing themselves. So this is somebody that's been in their role for a long time, has worked with HR, different departments, kind of knows what they expect, done their research and homework. With that mentoring, may not be what everyone needs in that department. This person cannot mentor every single one, especially if it's a self-directed person. If someone knows what they want to do, what they need to do, that person's slowing them down. And they're not really crisis because they like to tell stories, they like to think about what they did last time. They're going to be telling you, oh, this is what we've done before. Let me think about this situation and see if we can do something better this time. So it's a little bit of a slow process. So to interact with this type of person, once again, it's not a bad style to work with. You're going to leave you alone. You're not going to step on your feet or go in your area and do things that they shouldn't do. They like to share stories, and you have to give them some time so that for them to share their stories, talk about what they did back in the old days. To provide and receive feedback. They like that. What do you think about this? Oh yeah, I got the same thing. That's why we bought this machine. You gotta listen. They like you to ask questions because they can continue with their story time. They like to be shown what you're doing because they're visual people that are like, oh, I like to know how you're doing that. And they'll remember it, and they want to see step by step how you guys do things. And just being clear with your communication because sometimes they will keep going off on a tangent, talking about a story, what they used to do back 20 years ago, how things were done, and it just consumes a lot of your time. So with different personalities, the thing is, you can't change their behavior. They are what they are, but you can adapt to their style. You gotta respect the differences, because you're not them, they're not you, and you're going to deal with a lot of different personalities. Be predictable. If you say you're going to do something, or if you always text somebody with the information, continue to keep that step. Be predictable. Don't one day text them, and then text them the next day, another day call them, because they don't know how they're going to receive that information. It has to be something consistent. Be logical and systematic. Use the word we, because that involves everyone, and also that holds everyone accountable. Be a good listener, because sometimes what they're saying is not really what they're saying. So if they have any issues, make sure that there's some solutions and ideas. I know with my folks, if they say, Danielle, I have an issue, I'm like, okay, the solutions do you have with that? I don't want to think for them. I want my people to be free thinkers. And then you can use any of these personality styles in any way. So if you have a very confrontational leader or employee, you might want to be more direct with them because you know what you need to do. And if they're creating an obstacle, then you got to stop that. So you have to be a little direct with them. My style is I'm a direct person. I like to talk direct. I want to state the facts. This is what I need from you guys. But if I talk to a passive person, I'm going to hurt their feelings. So I need to make sure that I match that passive person style and say, oh, how did you like this weekend? Did you go out? Yeah. How's the machines working? Oh, there's one of them too. That's not working. Yeah, I know it's working. What's going on? What is that machine doing? I know you guys didn't touch the machine about the probes or anything. So I have to fluff it up a little bit for that. So next is active listening. So active listening, hear what people are really saying, because like I said before, what they're saying is not what they're trying to say. So how well you listen has a major impact in your job effectiveness and the quality of your relationships with others. So sometimes we're listening to get information from people. Sometimes we're listening to be understood. Sometimes we're listening to someone, they're telling a story, and we're enjoying it. And sometimes we're listening to learn. So if there's any further conversations down the road, you can be a little bit more knowledgeable in that subject. So how many of us think that we're good listeners? I'm going to be like halfway there. Because half of the stuff that we hear, we only retain 25 to 50%. So that's not good. So if I'm talking to my boss about something important for 10 minutes, she's only catching maybe 5 minutes retaining that. So I know that's not good. So by becoming a better listener, you can improve your productivity, the way you influence other people, to persuade and negotiate. And with communication, you can avoid conflicts and misunderstandings. Like I said with the text message, I can read into that. But when I'm really listening and communicating with someone, especially if it's face-to-face, I know what it is. So this is like what I was telling you. I'm a direct communicator and I have a passive employee. So I need to understand what my personal style is when I talk to someone else, because they will not hear what I say if I'm direct. They will be like, Danielle's mad at me. I cannot believe that she didn't say hi to me. She didn't smile, even though I know that she has to give this information to her boss in like 2 minutes. So just be aware of your personality style and you have to adapt to others. You have to pay attention to the person. I know sometimes we're so busy and I'm walking in the department. Okay, is that machine back up? Is it back up? Oh, it is? Okay, anything else going on? And I'm just rushing past and they don't feel valued. So I'm not really paying attention. I'm seeing that information running off. This is hard when you don't interrupt them. Because you kind of know what you want to say. So you just gotta kind of be quiet and listen. Watch for the body language and tone. Because when I'm talking to someone and they have their hands crossed, you think that they're really listening to me. They're either going to challenge me or they're being defensive. They're thinking about what they're going to say next. And ask clarifying questions. So if you think you hear what the person said, but you're kind of unsure, start asking more questions and make sure that's what they're really trying to say. So paying attention to a person. So you need to look at a person when they're talking, so they know that you are listening. But you don't want to sit there and stare at them the whole entire time when you're talking, because it's going to make that person feel very uncomfortable.
Intimidating.
Intimidation process, yes. When a thought starts to pop in your mind, you got to dismiss it. And one technique that they have talked about is when someone's talking to you, repeat the same thing that they're saying in your head. So your thoughts won't travel off. So if you're saying, tell me something, I'm saying the same thing in my head that you're saying. So that kind of reinforce the conversation into what I need to know. Stop formulating rebuttal. How many of you guys do this? If someone's talking to you, you kind of already know what you're ready to say. Yeah. And I'm going to let you know, your facial reactions will tell them that too. Because I can tell you, somebody's talking to me like, and they're like, you know what? Oh no, I'll wait till you're done talking. So they know they're mentally preparing. Avoid distractions. I can tell you, someone is talking to me face to face, and I'm looking at them. And if I hear somebody else talking in the background, I'm picking up that background noise. And it's hard, and I have to ask the person, please repeat yourself, I'm so sorry. Or I'll have to move into a different room or a different area to make sure that noise is not there. Once again, watch the body language, the hand on the hips. Are they really listening? Are they leaning in when I'm talking? That tells me that they're really listening. Because they speak louder than words, of course. So to show that you are listening, you have to engage your body language. So when someone's talking to you, even though what they're going to say, you're ready for them to say, just nod your head. Don't do the bobblehead, because that's very insincere. They know that you're making fun. So just nod. Also smile, because that's inviting. Use that positive facial expressions. Make sure your posture is open and interested, like I said, leaning in, or having your arms out down your side when you're talking to someone, or even like spreading your legs apart a little bit, and just that openness that you're giving to that person. Encourage the speaker with, really? That really happened? Or, same thing happened to me. So they know that you're really listening to them. Paraphrase. So if they tell you something, say it your own way. Make sure that the two lines of communication is matched. Then, of course, ask questions. It doesn't hurt. My thoughts are, you don't want to assume something and then take that back with you to find out later that's not what the person meant. That's a lot of work being done and energy, and it's not necessary. So when you adapt to these, develop these active listening, you build trust and rapport. You're making sure that you're paraphrasing. You're doing a brief affirmation. Yes, this is what I heard. Is that what you really said? Ask specific questions. And wait for that person to give their opinion. You know, it's so hard just to pause for a second and let that person talk as you're ready to do that. And then share similar situations, and that's sharing stories. So they can see your point of view and say, yes, that's exactly what I went through. Absolutely. So when someone thinks you're not listening to them, when they're talking, they may raise their voice a little bit more to make sure you really hear them. They will say, oh, can you repeat what I just said? Oh, you're saying exactly. Or they'll ask you, what do you think? Really? What do you think? You know, you're like scrambling to think, what did they just say in the last 2 seconds? They may just stop talking. You're still thinking, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, they stopped talking. I missed something important. They can change the subject on you. And I'm going to tell you, I was talking to my girlfriend last month, and she looks at champagne. And I was going over it, and she was like, can you believe this? Blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm talking. And she's like, oh, that's really good. I was like, what? So I could tell she wasn't listening to me, so I changed the subject. Like, what are you doing? So if you're truly not listening, the best thing is to come to me. Just say, I'm so sorry, I was distracted with something that happened at work. Could you please just explain it to me again? Can you say it to me again? And just make sure that you listen this time. So, clear communication techniques. Sometimes when I'm talking to someone, I want to make sure their attention is not going astray. I'll just talk to them on, hey, what do you think? Yeah, does that sound like a good idea? Yeah. So that redirects that conversation or that focus on that person. Stay on the message. You know, some people will give you a lot of information and they'll fluff up the story, but if it's something that's important, just stick with the facts. Too much information may be too much information. Make sure you have a friendly tone, smile, just be happy. If they're telling you something, let them know that you're engaged in that. If someone loses interest, like I said, just try to redirect them. I hate when I'm talking to someone and all of a sudden they're looking to the side or they're looking to the other side when I'm talking and I'm like, what are you looking at? And then, you know, you're like, oh, you didn't hear that. So try to really hear and understand what that person's really saying. You know, do I understand them? Do they understand me? Does it make sense? Because I can tell if I'm saying something to someone and their body language changes, I'm like, okay, I didn't say what I wanted to say, or they're not receiving what the real question is. So make sure that it makes sense. Make sure that information is solid. So as a primary communicator, you are 100%, 100 responsible for the other person's understanding of communication. If you feel that you are misunderstood, then you haven't performed your task. So fostering a solid relationship, just make sure you know the style of each person that you engage with. Watch the body language. Know what information is needed. And with this, I know with Al and myself, I want to know how he would like to, in Alice or biomedtech, how he would like to receive information. Because is it better for him if I call him on the phone? Is it better if I email, or is it better if I text? So getting that communication down pat of how we like it. And then get to know each other and manage each other up. We're here at the hospital for the patients. We're here to make everyone successful. So, you know, why not do it? Make somebody stay by just saying, hey, great job. Doesn't take a long time to do. So, what keeps imaging leaders up at night? And I know that we have a lot of tasks that we do during the day, even when we get home, things that we have to continue. But I'm going to tell you the number one thing that just makes my spine just is when I have equipment downtime. So what does that mean for imaging leaders? And I want to just share with you guys some of this because I don't know if you understand why we act the way we do sometimes, especially when something's down. But this will give you a little insight of what we have to go through. So I've had patients on the table, like for an MRI. The system shuts down completely. I have the tech rebooting, still doesn't come up. So then I have to explain to that patient, I am so sorry, this machine is down. And they're asking me, why did I put in a machine? The machine's going to break. You know, I don't know. So it's having that compassion with that person and that understanding that I have to explain to them. And then guess what? I have to call up the other people that are behind them on that appointment list, letting them know that we have to reschedule patients and just say that we're having issues with our machine. And guess what? They don't want to know why the machine is down or what's going on. They want to know how is that affecting me. Guess what? I took the day off of work so I can have this test done. Now you're telling me I can't. I have babysitting issues, and I have a babysitter that I paid for. And you're telling me that I can't get this test done, and I have to reschedule another day. Something that's big in our hospital is increased length of stay. Have you guys heard that? So that's basically when a person's an inpatient, their admitting diagnosis will tell the hospital how long they can stay in the hospital. So if that person stays longer than that, no one gets paid for those additional days. That means that we're getting the cost. So I have to report out to the hospital if I have a machine that's down. They're asking me, you know, what are you doing for these patients to make sure they get out on time? I got to be very creative. I know one incident, we had an MRI machine that was down 3 weeks. It was our bread and butter machine. So we have 3 MRIs. One's a 3T. Our bread and butter one that is about 17 years old. And then the older unit that's 18 years old. And the other unit is another 1.5 that we use just for overflow patients. Just whenever we're super busy, we will use it. Is the image quality good? No. Do the doctors like it? No. But it's something that we just have to do. We have to use. So the bread and butter machine went down, and the higher up said, Danielle, what is your solution? And I have it on the 3rd one. I had to plan for the ambulance service to take them to our off-sites. I had to schedule patients based on the availability at the off-sites to go to these patients. So that tells me that I'm not going to be performing exams on patients that are going to pay us. The patient's going to take up table time, and we're not going to pay for it. And then I'm working at the off-sites. They don't do a lot of inpatients. They rarely do any inpatients or nursing home people, so it takes them longer to do the patients there because of the time moving them from the table, the stretcher, to the MRI table, and getting them back off. And sometimes the patient might be claustrophobic. They may not hold still for the 1 hour exam. So there's a lot of things that we have to keep in mind. And that was coming up with solutions. This is the one I hate to do, is just speaking with the patients and their family about the delay in testing. Because I can tell you some of our machines break down a lot. We have a lot of equipment. And some of these patients, I rescheduled from that earlier downtime to now, and now I have to tell them that the machine's down here. I have been cussed at, I've been threatened. And all I know that I need to do is just be compassionate because I'm not in their shoes. And I know that if it were me, and I took the day off, and this is the second time I'm trying to get this test done, I would be very angry. And so we lose a lot of business to our competitors. We have future diagnostic and off-site facility that would be very, very happy to take our patients anytime our machine goes down. And guess what? We lose those patients. We lose them. They're not coming back to the hospital. So that's going to affect my productivity in the department. That means I have to change my staffing model. That means that I have to tell the radiologists why we're down in numbers, higher ups. We lose credibility, like I said, in our patients. Our physicians are dissatisfied. I have associates that are wanting to go to another site because they get the hours that they need. Because if the machine's down, I'm like, somebody has to go home. Somebody has to go home. They want to work with their equipment. And they'll ask me, Danielle, you've been asking for this MRI or this ultrasound for 2 years now. Why are you not getting it? And I have to explain to them the capital purchasing process. It's hard, especially since we're in a 19 hospital system. Everyone's fighting for that money. And then the frustration with you guys, because guess what? When are you guys going to get this machine up? What is going on? It's up, but now we're done again. So I'm asking constant questions. I'm all over your decks. I'm texting you like crazy. I'm emailing to document that you got my message and make sure my boss knows that I've spoken to you. It's stressful. And I'm sure you guys don't like being the micromanager at that time. I'm following you around wherever you go. I'm like your shadow. I'm like, okay, I'm going in the bathroom, but I would wait for you outside the bathroom. I'll see where you're going after that. Because my department is the most important department at that time. I don't care what you guys are doing with other departments. I don't care about their issues. I care about them. So, anytime the machine is down, this is what I have to do. I have to report out to the CEO, the vice president, the directors, and the safety huddle people. Every day is down. They have it on their little board. Is the MRI machine up? No, it's not up today. Or it's the ETA. Well, we're waiting for our partner in Germany. So I'll let you guys know. Hopefully we'll get that for 3 days and then we'll see what it's fixed. I have to send out emails daily to our house supervisor because that will increase the length of stay. So we want to get these patients in the hospital and then out of the hospital underneath that admitting diagnosis. So I got to come up with ideas if things are not working. I got to let the floor managers know. I have to also update the CEO, the executive team again, certain positions. I got to let my techs know because I'm like, okay, the machine's down again. I need somebody to go home. And sometimes they'll stay because we think that the machine's going to come back up. I do that sometimes, but after a couple hours, I'm like, guys, I go home, get things back up. We'll have to call them. So this is a story, and I keep talking about the MRI machines because they have been thrown on my side for a very long time. Like I said, we have the 3 units. They're extremely old except for the routine. The routine is great, but if we overuse it, it will shut down. So with this one, end of life, 17 years old, and I had finance come out to fix it. They couldn't find parts. So they cannot find parts to fix the machine. So I'm like, okay, end of life, I understand, but that's fine. We don't have any money to purchase anymore. So what can I do? So the MRI is behind software, hardware, imaging. The images are subpar. The doctors don't like reading it. I had a neurosurgeon that looked at our films versus the ones done at our competitor and said, why can't you guys give me films like this? So these are the issues that the techs experience. So during an exam, the machine would just stop with the patient on it. They had to reboot the machine over and over again, still didn't come up. The computer had a lot of errors, the loss of power, the hardware would crash. I mean, all of this would happen. And at different times, so this is the issue that we've been having with this particular 1.5 MRI machine. So I spoke with the biomed guy and I said, okay, I know you guys started in October of 2018, and it's been like 9 months now. How many times has this machine been down? 85 times. So I did a calculation, I'm like, I wonder if money will speak volumes. So an average MRI machine is a little bit over $4,000. And on that MRI unit, if it was running, I could do about 16 exams a day because it's open 17 hours. I have it staggered for the two techs working at different times. And with the 85 days of downtime, it was over $5 million that we lost. Yeah. I said, I hope that this will speak volumes when we take it to the purchasing committee that we have. And we're looking for it. I mean, $5 million, we could have done, like you said, 3 machines for that price.
I've had one system down for a few hours, and I caught a couple of things where something needs to be addressed. So I've requested and suggested that it's better to leave it down, get the parts in that are extended parts that I would suggest need to be replaced, rather than bring it back up and have another diversion again, and then leave it back down. It's like, just leave it down until I get everything we can get. We'll reevaluate it afterwards when it comes back up and see where we're at. And that's part of trust and part of knowing what we need to do. So that part has been established. But yeah, I've been some quite frantic moments.
How was that leader?
I would just tell the leader to go have a cup of coffee with decaf, preferably. And, I have done that before.
Shots.
Yeah. Pretty frantic, but
yes.
It's like, it's what it is.
I wonder why didn't you set up a mobile command center? Or could you get around there? I have 23 MRI units. I have 19. That's about 9 years past in life. These conversations that we have a long time ago were
Yeah, with this system, it was just sporadic. So the paramedics guy would go in, would fit, he fits, works a couple of days, maybe a week or two, and then it's back down again. We didn't have any. Would you like to work for us? Well, I don't know about that.
So, for continuous improvement, have you looked at this number and you're thinking, okay, this is a good argument for next year's budget? Well, this is 85 days, that's 3 magnets. Have you got a metric in place now so that the next time you get to 30 days and that's 1 magnet price, that you then escalate to next year's budget instead of waiting for 85?
Well, with this one, we had GE as our service provider. And so when paramedics came in, we experienced a bunch of issues, but we just purchased from the that were acquired by Munis. So there wasn't any emergency capital fund because there were other areas with the down equipment that was very vital. So we had to put this on the back burner. But I noticed that it was down a lot. You know, it's like, that's not doing this.
That's kind of what I'm asking. Is there a trend analysis? Do you meet with your HTM people and say, hey, every quarter, every month, are we seeing anything that's down 10 days a quarter or something like that, so that you get those reports, you can look at.
I don't know if they have something amongst themselves. I know with us,
They do, they should push that too.
they have pushed it. I only ask how many times, when I know there's a huge issue and wanting capital purchase, capital, buy something for the capital purchase fund, that's when I will start asking for information. But like recently, our IR, the new one that we bought refurbished, so it's a little bit over a year old, it's been acting out. That's in our IR, yes.
So in our environmental health, we actually, every 2 weeks, bring out leadership, environmental leadership, meetings, and we discuss what's going on with the equipment, and we have an open dialogue, so that we know what is taking place, and how we can help out, and also we can go after and provide you the data that you need, so that we can approach it as a team to try and get the capital approved every year for our needs.
I like that, I think that's what you're trying to see, Mark, that I was listening. So I understood it differently. I was listening, but I wasn't listening. So I think that is a fantastic idea, especially since we merged, we were acquired, because it's not even, it's not a pure merger. I think this will be very helpful to our success. So I will implement something, I will ask if this can be implemented.
One of the things that we also take here is that the military takes over capital budgets
Uh-huh.
and the operating budget. So it's harmless. We're kind of breaking our money.
I like that.
We
that's what they do.
heavy stuff. We own capital budget. Right now, we have 5 people.
And I would hear
No, we're not quite that far, we're halfway there, but we own the repair budget. The capital budget actually goes to facilities, so that if you want to do room, you get the whole room and the scanner that goes in it, and not just a new scanner, you'll get new floors and cabinets and everything. So we have design services that people want. Capital purposes.
I think we spoke on this yesterday. There's a 4-step process for us, and it may change since Anita on us. But what we had to do before is make sure that we had 4 performance facilities, IT biomed, and I can't remember the other one. You know, who the last person is for.
I'm sorry, I'm listening. I was writing down.
So we have 4 different people that we have to get approval for before we make a person.
No, it's okay. So it's subject matter expert, clinical person, HTM, IS, and facilities, because they gotta, work with the vendor, regular bit, and put it in correctly.
They have all the research ones.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So, I guess the first one is, you're talking about what keeps imaging leaders up at night. On the off chance that we have devices that are broken that are not producing images, can you speak to what maybe a nurse manager would lose sleep over? Or not really? Not really, all right. And the other question is, if there were like 3 takeaways that HTM folks could walk out of here with, what would you love? Would you love a monthly meeting? Would you love flybys every day? What are the things that you would think, like, quick and easy, do these 3 things, that's what I told you to walk away from?
Yes, okay, now I'm gonna let Lori, she is the imaging leader also. I'll tell you my 3 things. I wanna know, ETA. I need ETA on everything. So if something is broken, give me an estimate of time, because I have to readjust everything, people's schedules, I have to do all the follow-ups. Also, if it's going to Germany, or if the parts from Germany is coming here, and you're talking to an outside vendor, that's the main thing. I need prioritization of capital purchasing, because since we're a 19 hospital system, we do have the TriMedics or biomed leaders or HTM leaders working for their regions. We have 3 regions with all the hospitals. So I want to know that person's finding for me to get and work with them. And then, what else?
Be patient, because we're not critiquing you, we just need the facts when you know of them, not don't leave them up, right? Just so that we can then communicate out, and then so the patients stop coming in, if that's what we need to do. So we'll try to stay out of your way, because I know you're thinking about 50 things at once. When you know a fact, just share the fact with us.
I think that's basically the title of your session is communication. You need to have that open dialogue and set an expectations on both sides. Like you said, everyone knows the driving issues when I agree.
Well, just some comments. First of all, just interesting, is it a Sigma? Right? Yeah, okay. So same issue, mine's not quite as old. And one of the things that I sat down, that GE was taking care of it, $120,000 a year. How much is the new Maggie cost? 1.5?
Yes,
You had it for 17 years, how many times did you pay that?
several times.
Yeah, so just a thought, throwing that out there, and your HTM guy should be able to help you with that. The other piece that everybody's talking about, I'm a old service minister guy. That's what you remember. First thing I was taught is fundamental every day. And two of the worst departments, and I hate to say it that way, two of the worst departments in every hospital. Laboratory, radiology.
Lab? I was
Laboratory,
thinking OR.
laboratory, radiology. Okay, you get those leaders every day.
And we have our HTM specialists all over the hospital. Since everything is integrated now, it's hard, but I make sure we talk. It's not there, but it's not.
You're talking about, and one of the reasons I came once again is two of our departments, radiology, laboratory. I want to know what you're thinking. I've been doing this for a long time, and I think I do it well. But I'm always looking for that around the win, because, without you saying, I will bet that you are much more supporter of the OEM than you are about that subject. Okay, so we have way more proof in that direction than the OEM does. The OEM gets the right because they do the OEM. And it's a difficult situation. That communication should happen.
Well, I'm going to look at Al, he knew what the group, he had to prove himself a lot to me because he said, oh, I know how to work on TV machines, I know how to work on scenes, and I can't pass it. Well, guess what? He didn't know how to work on the ones that he sold. So I thought, can we get the original person in here to help out? But he proved himself. He's done very, very well. But I can tell you, since we broke the contract with GE, and I know at our last ICE talk, I heard about this now, made me very, very mad that whenever the HTM person had issues with GE, since we just entered the contract with them, they would call up and talk to Al or to myself and say, you know what, you guys are not preferred customers anymore. You have to wait. And they made us wait 3 days before they even talked to us about that issue. I'm like, if you think you're going to buy something from GE,
They don't get it.
I'm not going to buy it. Even if you're the best product,
I need to make comment. For one, that makes it cringe on that. Days and stuff. But-
Oh, yeah.
So I set a bar. I was a field service guy in 15 years ago for Siemens linear accelerators, and I worked at Bearings too. So apparently I heard that a lot. So what I do is I set a bar. Okay, so if I see 3 times same symptoms occur within a certain time frame, then I start squeezing down, narrowing things down closer, but I also escalate at the same time. So the rules are that I've always followed was 6 hours of downtime is critical, and you always escalate to the next point. So if I have a resource that I have to go to, whether I'm in-house or field service, that 6 hours will be already escalated to that point. So if I need to get a hold of an expert on it, then there will be an expert on it, because I can't be an expert of everything.
no, and I totally understand that, and I want to let you know, our thinking is, if that's the maker of the machine, then they know the most about that machine. But I can tell you, I've been disappointed with some of them, some of the MTM people rocked. More so with the other person, scenes coming in.
Service is only as good as the engineers.
Right.
Yeah, and I like the
It doesn't
relationship.
matter whether it's OEM or in-house, you know, like you said, you will get it with them. And it's just one of the things we have seen. You know, I work for, I don't work for them. I did work for Airmark Services.
Okay.
Years. And I will tell you, there are times when I was off sick and would not allow my grades from you. And then there are times where, you know what, that's super true. But that's piece where you gotta have that relationship with the manager. And, you know, sometimes it's tough because you have a relationship with the tech, just like you say. And so I don't know those guys. But you gotta have that relationship.
I just like the communication, because I guess sometimes I don't even know when the outside vendor will come in and do something else, like, in the department, and looking at the machine, this is what's going on. And I'm like, thank you, because I know my house is going to be asking, and I have to make sure I can say it in the terms that she will understand, because she's not that. But before we go, because I think we're out of time, I want to know, what can we get from you guys that, because Laura and I are on a radiology council board, and I wanted to make sure that our relationship stays strong. So what are some of your expectations and frustrations, so we know when we engage with you guys, not to do something or to rehearse something?
Please, 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 make time to meet formally with us once a month, first Tuesday of the month, something like that for an hour, and talk about whether it's acquisitions or service history or staffing changes or things that are going to come up that we're looking at replacing all of our DR plates because the reimbursements, whatever it is your struggles are, communicate with us. And then as you get new things coming on, like we need to monitor and report out the dose. Can CTs all feed dose somewhere? Well, we're technology folks. We may know how to find that information so make time to meet with us and tell us what your problems are. We may have solutions that you've never, ever even heard of. And you may have insights that we need to know so that we can help you out. Like, oh, clinical decision support. Why do I need to help you guys replace your radiologist? Well, because the number of scans you're doing are going up, but the number of physicians you have isn't. So somebody's got to have a pretty darn things. Well, okay, we have to know that. If we don't know that.
Some of these are very politically charged. I mean, I'd love you to take on that, but we got to do, some of them are really dicey. Just be careful.
Well, I can at least sit down with you once a month and say, just let me know if you've got frustrations, what environment you live in, and let's not have to go to a conference to have the discussion. Let's meet once a month, and whether I'm your guy or anybody else's, let's get together and just make it regular. Put it on your calendar and don't let it go away. If you need to delegate it from the director to your department manager, whatever it is, but just make sure that there's some kind of regular communication, please.
I like that.